January roundup. I couldn't get my lips around it or my tongue. Hello my lovely knitters, I hope you are well. I am back. It's been a couple of weeks, but I've had a really busy time. So this week we're doing the January roundup. That was really hard to say. January roundup. I couldn't get my lips around it or my tongue. You know what I'm saying. That's not been a problem before. Okay, stop it, Molly. Behave, we're only just starting. So I need to stop moving forwards and backwards because I've got my phone in portrait mode. So I've noticed this when I edited it last time, that every time I sort of change range, it focuses and refocuses, and it's fucking annoying to watch. So I am sorry for that. I will try and keep still. But I've had coffee and a workout and a run around with Mash, and I'm just feeling quite energized today. So where are we at? This week we're talking the January roundup. As you would have seen from my video at the beginning of the year, if you haven't, I will link it below. I have 4 New Year's resolutions for my knitting, and I'm going to track them on a monthly basis. So every month, my end of the month video, the first week of the following month, I will review what I've made, what I'm working on, all the standard stuff, stash, but I'm also going to go through and evaluate how I'm doing against those 4 resolutions. So you can help me track my journey and hold me accountable, because I'm sorry that I am ruining the suspense and the build up, and I'm going to tell you the result before you've heard the explanation. I'm a bad girl. I did badly this month and you need to tell me off. And I can't speak. That's great. Whenever there's a camera pointed at me, I become infinitely more awkward, which is fun because I was already infinitely awkward. Okay, so I will talk to you about what I'm wearing first. So let me pop up and let the camera adjust. Okay, so this is my one and only FO for this month. It's something that I actually started in December, but I still had quite a bit to go. It is the Home sweater. It's a V-neck sweater by Kadri. This is the third. That was a very special. Okay. 3. Third one. Third or third. That looks better, but that feels better. Anyway, it's the third sweater that I have made using this pattern. I made one for each of my sisters. I have 2 for their Christmas present. So I made one in extra small, one in a small, and this one is in a medium. At some point, when me and my sister are all together, because we all live in separate places, I'm going to do a video where I try each one on, because they all do fit me with varying levels of ease, and I think it'll be a really great example of what different ease looks like. Because I'm not gonna lie, I loved the extra small on, I loved the small, and I don't love the medium. I think I did this project because I really wanted a more oversized jumper. Now, I don't know if you can see, it's actually a lot longer. I've tucked it into a belt and folded it over because I think this is very flattering. But the length of it, I don't know if you can see, it comes down. Basically, I knitted it because I wanted, it's got a split size. I'm not going to untuck it now because I can't be bothered. But I wanted it to come down and cover my, like, the top of my bum. So if I'm out walking the dog and wearing some like leggings, you know, they're always a bit see-through. I don't know, I've got a big bum, so it's always stretched out on my bum. Or maybe I just need to buy bigger size leggings. And that was the idea. It was like slit. I thought it was going to be really flattering. I don't find it flattering. I think the top, when I was knitting flat, has a bit tighter tension than the bottom. So the V, I think, should be deeper, and it should be more like baggy and off the shoulders to match the body, or the body should be tighter to match the top. It fits tight here and loose here, and it makes me look quite pear-shaped, which is completely fine. Everybody's beautiful, but that's not what my body looks like, and it's not the silhouette that I like to try and achieve. I love real, like, vintage 50s, 40s style silhouette, like clothing and silhouette, so I like a cinched waist, and I just find it particularly unflattering on me. So this is my solution, and I actually quite like it. So if you do have any jumpers that you don't like the length of, or you just want to mix it up, you can literally just put on any kind of waist belt, and I've literally just shoved it in here. It's all like bulky and folded in. But if you fold it over and get the sort of balance right, I think it can look really cute. Like this and the brown and the pink. I've got my little like fitted pinafore brown pinafore. I've got a nice dress on that's fitted and a little translucent blouse that's also that shady of pink. I don't know, I feel quite cute. I wore this the other day with some like knee-high brown boots and it looked, in my opinion, not in Rob's opinion, he thought it was a really weird outfit. So please stroke my ego and tell me that this is a cute outfit, because he was like, it's a bit different, as in, you look weird. But I'm not taking fashion advice from that man. I've got my own style. Anyway, that is the Home V sweater by Kadri. Just going to adjust myself so I'm in the light. If the light's changing, I'm sorry. We're having a beautifully sunny winter day and it keeps shining in, as you just saw, in and out of the window. I tried to show it so that my face is not in the sun, so I'm not squinting at you, but that might change and we might have to move. So as part of my resolutions, I got a little notebook. I'm usually terrible at this, but I've actually done it this time. And I'm tracking my live whips, how many skeins of yarn I've used, how many skeins of yarn I've bought, and I'm also tracking how I'm doing against my resolutions. So I thought I would quickly review my resolutions just for this video, and then going forwards I won't, and then we'll go through each one and see how I'm doing. So first of all is my yarn stash needs to be net negative by the end of the year. I'm not going to explain these. If you're really interested and you haven't seen my previous video, head back to the last, not the one before that, where I explained them all in detail and what the thought is around it. So it was my first video of the year. Like I said, I'll link it below. So yarn stash in net negative by end of year. This is why I've been a bad girl. Ooh, I didn't do it. We're in a net positive. So let me give you the stats, because I really loved it when I watched that Nitty Natty video that did it. And I think, who was it? Someone else did it recently. Someone else spoke about it. Maybe High Fiber Knits? I'm not sure. Anyway, right. Here are the results. This month I have worked on 4 projects. The home sweater that you're seeing at the moment. The partner pullover, which is a test knit for what Lydia made, that I'll show you in a second because it's fucking amazing. The pattern, not my skills. She's just so clever. The Azalea Cardigan by Joan. Joan's Knitwear? Knitwear by Joan? Something like that. You know who she is, she's amazing. And the Arda wrap. In total, I used 14 skeins of yarn. I used 3 to finish off the home sweater, 8 on my partner pullover because I started that this month, 2 on the Azalea cardigan because I also started that this month, and 1 on the Arda wrap. It's kind of like more than one because I'm using mini skeins, but I'm only counting the main skein, and maybe like for every 4 mini skeins I'll count 1 skein. That's really great, right? So in total I've used 14 skeins of yarn this month. Yay! No, not yay. Not yay. Because let me tell you what's come in this month. Number 1, brown juniper moon farm yarn, which actually was for my partner pullover. So 2 skeins of that because I was running out, but that went straight into my project. 2 skeins of West Yorkshire Spinners Exquisite, which I shall show you in my project in a second, for the Arda wrap. 1 has gone into the project, but I'm not sure if I even like it, so we'll talk about that in a second. Then I bought 10 skeins of Shakenmaya, I don't know how to say it, but that yarn. I bought it for a Semper sweater, which I'll talk about shortly, but it's actually gone into my partner pullover. So I bought 10 skeins because I was going to make a jumper out of it, but I actually ended up using 4 of them for my partner pullover. So I've got 6 left, and those will go into a Semper sweater, but I might need to purchase more to finish it. I'm not quite sure how many I need. And that was all relatively understandable. All of them have gone into projects. It's fine. That totals up how many? Oh, 14. So that would make me net 0, which would have been way better than net positive. However, we are at net positive because of a dangerous order I made back in December. I did a pre-order and I was like, maybe I can justify it and say, well, I ordered it in December, so it doesn't count for January because I didn't have my resolutions then. but I think that would be cheating. It arrived this month and is therefore physically going into my stash this month, and I ordered 8 skeins from Zakami. They did a pre-order for, I don't know what it was. It was a special box. Was it like winter solstice box, or no, it wasn't winter solstice. What was it? I don't remember what it was for, but it was like a candle and 2 skeins of yarn, which would have been bad enough, but one of the colours I ordered a sweater's quantity, and then I ordered a separate colour sweater quantity on top. I've been bad. I've been so bad. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. No, don't tell me and hold me accountable. Okay, so I will show you those in a second. Therefore, we are at the net total of +8. So after 1 month of me trying to reduce my yarn, as an overall net negative, we are at +8. I've been a bad girl, but next month's going to be better. I have so many projects planned. Next week's video is going to be my projects planned for the rest of winter before I do like my spring inspiration video, and all of them, every single one of them, I have the yarn for. So I just need to not take on any additional test knits and not be tempted by yarn, which is really fucking hard. Oh, but I just need to power knit through February and get through a ton of yarn, and then it will balance out in the long run, because Pigment and Ply are going to be doing a full-size skein version of all of their advent colours, and I feel like I can't miss that opportunity. But that's not until the end of February, I think, so maybe we'll be okay. Right, let's have a look at the yarn that I got from Zakami. So we're doing this in a weird order. Stashquisitions, here we go. It's so big, it came in a box. So naughty today. Okay, so the candle's all the way over there. I don't know if I'm gonna get it for you. Okay, so the yarn that came with the, does it say what it's called? It's got a lovely little thing about, it's the time of year when we can feel the darkness truly taking over, and it can be hard to believe that spring will ever come again, but it will. So it's about transitions, right? Does it say on the, came in this cute little bag, came with a cute little thing with it. Anyway, these are the 2 colours. One is called Tohi, and Soil, or Soil? God, I don't know, but it's beautiful. So let me dump that on there and show you. I bought it in DK, so I've got what I hope is a sweater's quantity of this. I bought 4 skeins. I'm hoping that's enough to make a cute little jumper in DK. And I got just one of this colour, which is insane. I think I'm going to make a hat, which I will talk to you more about next week. But I just think I love the gold and the blue, and the gold is actually pretty much the same colour as my hair. So love this, but yeah, I'll talk about plans for it next week. But I do have plans. And then I got Saturnalia in 100% Corridel fingering weight. I bought 3 skeins of this because it's just stunning. It's actually not dissimilar to the other Zakami yarn that I brought back from the knitting and stitching show. But yeah, I got 3 skeins of this. I'm thinking it's going to be like a summer cardi or another one of those Marilyn or Monroe turtlenecks that Fable Knitwear designed that I want to use my other one of these for, but I haven't done yet. So that was the damage, but as you can see, it was totally worth it. Tell me it was totally worth it. So let me pop this. Oh, it won't look very pretty behind me. Let's pop it down on the floor. So New Year's resolution 1, net reduction in yarn was a fail. But I will do better the next month. That's why we're reviewing it monthly and not at the end of the year, because I would do all that damage and have 100 more skeins before the end of the year. So, number 2, slow down and do a year-long project. So, this is project specific. I will just grab that project for you now. Okay, so, oh dear, we're tangled with another project. This, but it's one I started this month, so I can't tell you about it yet. So just at the very beginning of February now. This is the Ardor wrap. And basically, for those that haven't seen my video, I am using the Pigment and Ply advent calendar from 2022 to do 2 colours a month to make the Ardor wrap by Refracted Light, I think it's called. It is so fucking tangled. But that West Yorkshire Spinners Exquisite yarn that I spoke about is this purple, which is a lovely colour, but I just don't know that I love it with this. I thought it was going to be a lot lighter, and it's going to be all faded with all the other colours, but basically I've only done like half of one of the colours, which I did say was going to happen in January. So I've definitely made a start on it, and I've definitely got a slower project. Actually so slow I didn't finish as much as I wanted this month, but next month I'm trying to get on top of this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I keep that purple, or there's another version of the shawl where you just do the whole fade with the advent and don't add like a side panel? This will be like a whole consistent side panel along the way, and I just don't think I love the colour enough. So I'm very tempted to rip this out and start again and just do a fade of the colours and then have 4 done by the end of February. So watch this space. If I do that, it does mean I'll have a +1 this month, because I'll be putting a skein of yarn back into stash that I bought this month. And I bought 2 skeins of yarn to do it, so I'll have to find an equally beautiful project for it, because it's quite fancy yarn. It's got quite a bit of silk content in it. Right, so that's a semi-failure too. Can you see a theme here? Oh, this is a winner though. Okay, number 3, designing. I said by the end of the year I would like to make, I found a random piece of paper in my sleeve. By the end of the year I would like to release 4 of my own designs. I'm getting back into designing this year, and number 1, which you're probably sick of, is the Anya shawl, scarf, whatever. I'm not going to talk loads about this. I'm just going to tell you that in January I released number 1, so I am on track. I have sketched out and planned for the second one, but I've been procrastinating on starting the sample because it involves a skill I haven't done before. I would love to use double knitting to make this plan, but I don't know whether I should just knit a tube. No, I think I'm going to try double knitting, but I've been a bit scared, so I've been waiting to try it. I'm going to swatch in double knitting because it's a very complex design with quite a bit of shaping. It's an accessory, not dissimilar to my Betty harness, but way more complicated. And I really would like to make it reversible. And it's got colour work. So yes, in an ideal world, I will complete that sample this month and have a testing call up by the end of the month. But it is a short month, and I am likely to run into complications because the idea is fairly complicated, at least for my brain. So we are on track with releases, but I need to get a move on as to my next project. So lastly, planning, consistency and intentionality. We haven't failed this, we've just not succeeded at it this month. So I did miss a video, didn't I? Yes, I did. And I've been meaning to record, and I have so many posts set up, taken, ready, edited for Instagram, and have not posted them. So from a consistency here point of view, I haven't been terrible, but I haven't been where I want to be. So that needs improvement, and I'm planning today, next month, or this month coming, so that I can be a bit better at that. And then and then the other half of that is being more intentional with my knits. I have sat down and planned what I want to make for the rest of winter, and I'll do the same in spring. So next month, I'm going to move forward because it keeps telling me that I'm not in focus, and I'm too blind to, even though it's really not that far, I'm too blind to tell if I'm in focus or not without my glasses. So I've written a plan of all the things I definitely want to make, all the things I have to make, like either a design or a test knit, and then additional things that I would like to make if I have time, but probably won't given the length of my list. That's what I'll be going through next week. I'll show you the yarn pairings, how I envisage wearing it, where the inspirations come from, what patterns I'm going to be doing, and then we can review it at the end of the winter period. and then we'll talk about spring. And I hate to ruin a surprise, but spring is going to be the season of cardigans for me because that's what's missing from my wardrobe. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So not doing terribly, but could do better. I think that video next week will help give me some alignment, some accountability, and also by filming it, I'm being more consistent. You see? Right, now I'm just going to show you the whips I've been working on before we finish up. I don't think you're ready for this. This is one of my most proud knits to date. This is the partner pullover by What Lydia Made. Let me get a bit closer so you can see. The tension, sorry I just burped, that's gross. The tension in the body is better than the sleeves, purely because, I haven't sewn up the armpits yet, purely because I did my sleeves two at a time magic loop, and where the joins are, I pulled them a bit tight because I didn't want it to be too loose, and next time I think I'd do it looser. So I'm almost finished. I'm just gonna add, I tried this on this morning and I just need like maybe 2 or 3 inches more for the turtle or polo neck. I am obsessed. It is just magic. So this is a test knit. It's in the 2 yarns I mentioned before, Juniper Moon Farm DK for the dark brown, and that caramel colour is the I don't know how to say it, Sachenmeyer? Someone tell me how to say it, please. In that like beautiful caramel colour. Now that caramel colour is also what I want to use for my Semper sweater, but more on that next week. I just think I always shied away from these colours because they're very close to my hair colour. I mean, my hair's quite light at the moment because I'm due a dye job. Yes, it's not natural. How did you guess? But yeah, I actually think a sweater of that colour would be so cool. So it is so close to being finished. This will definitely be an FO by next month's video. Well, it has to be because I've got deadlines, but I'm hoping by the end of the weekend. What day is it today? It's midweeks, around midweek, Thursday, Friday, I don't know. So I'll finish that up, maybe even tonight. Stitch down the armholes, and then it does need a good block, obviously, because it's colour work. I did make some alterations. The ribbing is about double what it says to be in the pattern. I did the cropped version, that is a long version. I then mirrored that on the arms. I made that longer because a few people in the testing group said the sleeves were a tad short for them. Most people were fine, it probably will be fine, but I am tall. So that extra inch or 2 of ribbing in the cuff made it like the perfect length. And I'm also going to be knitting the turtleneck slightly longer than what it says in the pattern. I think the pattern says 6 inches and mine's probably going to be more like 8 or 9. But again, I'm pretty tall and with a giraffe neck, so no surprise there. Anyway, absolutely obsessed with this and I can't wait to show you. And me and my sister have a really cool real idea planned. So watch out for that. I still haven't even posted the Anya one that we filmed in Columbia Flower Market. But anyway, that is nearly done. Let's have a look. You've seen my Arda wrap, you've seen the partner pullover, you've seen my home sweater. The last thing I'm going to show you is just a tiny bit of progress, but I need to get my arse moving. It's the other test knit that I'm doing, so let me show you. So this is the Azalea Cardigan by Joan, who is releasing a cable knit book, which looks beautiful. And this is one of the designs. This is the front panel. This is literally all I've got. So this is in Rowan cotton 4-ply. It's been in my stash for probably 5+ years because I literally, am I showing you the front or the back? I don't know. I literally don't use cotton, but it's a like short sleeved all over cable cardigan with a little tie at the front. It looks so cute and I thought it'd be perfect for summer, which is obviously not a winter knit, but the testing is now, so I'm just getting on with it. I need to sit down with this. The reason it's not really progressed is because, and this is going to be in my feedback, oopsies, the chart is on like the end of the pattern, the instructions are in the middle, and the explanations for what the cables are is at the top. And I only use my phone for patterns, so I'm like scrolling back and forth, and it's just really infuriating, so I just stopped doing it. I think what I need to do is just sit down and write it out, or like have it on 2 devices, but it's just like, it's not easy to just sit down and knit, and given I was been working on that colour work jumper, I kind of want something a bit more simple. So the colour is 105, but it's a really cool orange colour. I haven't decided if I'm going to like it because I don't actually wear orange, but there are lots of warm browny orangey colours going on at the moment, which it's not autumn, but I am an autumn baby, so there you go. And that is everything that I made in January. One FO, a couple of whips with one very close to being finished, and that will start this month. Next month I think you'll see a bit more than that. You will see from my video next week all of my plans, but there's quite a few jumper patterns. I've got it written on a whiteboard that's like right there. A couple of hats, pair of mittens, quite a few jumpers, my own design maybe, hopefully you'll see next month. So basically that is my January roundup. If there's anything else in addition to this you would like me to include in my monthly roundups, please let me know. But there's a few themes going on. So there's going to be a monthly roundup every month with a review. There will be a start of season review, all the things I want to make this season, and then an end of season review, all the whether I made it, and then the process starts again. And then everything else is going to be kind of ad hoc, let's see what happens. So if you do have any ideas, let me know. I've had some feedback that how I style my knits is something that people want to see more of, so I'll try and do more of that series. I'll just pick a couple of knits or one or two for a video and show you like this. But I'll try and do that as I get dressed as well. I'll think, rather than just sticking a jumper on over a pair of leggings or a jumper, I'll try and put a proper outfit together so you can see. I should breathe in between. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful week. Please check in next week to see what my plans are for the rest of winter, and I will speak to you soon. If you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate it if you like, subscribe, comment, you know, all that jazz. I would love to get these videos out there a bit more and to interact with more people, so that would be amazing. Have a wonderful week and I shall see you soon. Happy knitting!